The 1999 Canoe Umkomaas Canoe Marathon, the start of day one, Hella Bridge.
We've got a beautiful level. It's going to be really fun today. Looking forward to it.
We're fucking ourselves. I particularly am. Big. I mean, it's exciting stuff. It really is going to be enjoyable. And I've got a big engine, an old engine, reliable engine in Lee McGregor, and I think it's going to be fun.
The river level is at a height of more than 2 meters, and it's years and years since the paddlers have had to contend with the river at this height. But it is a blessing in some respects. It means that some of the nasty rocks are covered. Oscar Chalupsky and Lee McGregor lead the field into the approaches, which is quite tricky because the paddlers are still bunched together, and choosing the right line is very important. The start of the second wave of K2 paddlers. Meanwhile, Chalupsky and McGregor lead into Rapid 1. Get this one wrong and you're swimming, or even on your way home nursing a broken boat. The Umko rates as one of the world's toughest whitewater challenges for fiberglass flat water racing kayaks. These conditions are normally attempted with plastic whitewater canoes. Here are the first of the chasers, Oliaro and Pepper. Also Herefeld and Monteith and Bruss and Tar, all shooting one from different entry routes, all making it through successfully. Meanwhile, some competitors already on their way home, their boats continuing down the river alone. Change in the order at the head of the field as the defending champions, Herefeld and Monteith, take the lead, negotiating Rapid 2, but they're closely followed by Chalupsky and McGregor. Ahead to Rapid 4, and still Herefeld and Monteith holding the lead. Chalupsky and McGregor, they're fading, and they're being caught by the Bruss and Tar combination. In fourth place, whitewater specialists Oliaro and Pepper. They're enjoying the conditions and keeping the leaders in sight. Having the right equipment is absolutely vital here. Secure splash covers or spray decks are an absolute must in these conditions. Leaky ones can cause a boat to sink in a matter of seconds, or simply force the paddlers to move over and pump out their boats. Number 6 Rapid, and this really is vicious stuff. Herefeld and Monteith getting into all sorts of trouble. They've been spun round, they're going backwards, and this really is a problem. And this, would you believe, forces them to slip back into fourth place. And with the defending champions in trouble, Chalupsky and McGregor for the second time move into the lead. Robbie Herefeld and Graham Monteith, meanwhile, they've had a stop to empty their boat. Oliaro and Pepper also got into trouble at number 6, but this of course is the other way of doing it. Portages getting around 5 and 6 this way. It's also an opportunity to do a few running repairs. Herefeld and Monteith are chasing hard to catch Bruss and Tar, who've made their way to the front, but entering number 7 sideways gives Oliaro and Pepper the break they need to get back into second place. Well, those who have hit holes and were forced to swim often ended up swimming for an awful long time. Sometimes, would you believe, never to actually find their boats. Here are Bruss and Tar just ahead of Oliaro and Pepper. And we're at the number 8 Rapid. And here we can see Herefeld and Monteith taking a very uncharacteristic dip.
Catching up again, and I think we just lost concentration at the bottom of 8 because we could see the guys just ahead of us. We thought, fine, now we'll pick them up, and had a stupid swim.
It was very difficult, some big holes. We saw the one big hole and we stayed down there for a long time, but a few little spin outs, but other than that it was survival, stay in your boat and try and make the minimum mistakes.
The end of day one and how tight it is at the top. Oliaro and Pepper go to bed knowing that Bruss and Tar are just 3 seconds behind. Herefeld and Monteith, well, they're almost 2 minutes in arrears in third. Day one, rainy conditions. Day two, the competitors are greeted by sunny skies. Oliaro and Pepper start the second stage with Bruss and Tar just 3 seconds back.
He's 1 minute 51 behind the leaders.
There's no relaxing for the defending champions. They know they've got to close a gap of almost 2 minutes on the lead. Bird's eye view of the Umkomaas Valley, the yellow Kahlua boat with Steve Jordan in the engine room, still managing to keep the boat above water this year. Herefeld and Monteith already eating into that deficit, and they've caught second place Bruss and Tar. Oliaro and Pepper in the lead but in sight. Oliaro and Pepper, they've got the cruising speed through the rapids, but they simply don't have the flat water cruising speed of Herefeld and Monteith. There's Chalupsky and McGregor. They're now back in 5th place after losing 1 place to Haycock and Bartho. There are Bruss and Tar. They seem content to just settle for 3rd place. With Herefeld and Monteith now giving it their all to retain their title, catch the leaders, and the leaders seem to be slowing. What a second day performance this is. Monteith and Herefeld now in striking distance of the lead. But here's the turning point of the whole race. Bruss and Tar headlong into an exposed rock. Monteith and Herefeld now have the opportunity to move clear, and this is where experience counts. There they are on the top of the screen, finding an inside channel. Oliaro and Pepper, meanwhile, they're having to slow down. And that takes the defending champions alongside the leaders, and the 2-minute deficit has been eaten up. It's now a straight sprint for the line. Herefeld to Monteith. Can they retain their title? Yes, they can. They're beating Oliaro and Pepper. And as they approach the line after 2 days of paddling, what a performance. And here are the 2 leading boats, the defending champions. They've made it 2 on the trot now, Herefeld and Monteith. And here in 3rd, Bruss and Tar. Their dreams of victory went with that rock.
We actually picked up 50 seconds in the first half hour, and then it took us the next hour and a quarter to pick up the rest, and got a bit tired. But last half hour was the worst. We were just picking it up inch by inch by inch. If they hadn't got stuck in that last little bubbly, we'd probably have come in on the wave, and that would have been soul destroying for us, although I'm sure they would have been fairly happy.
We took a few chances cutting the corners and that, and I think we made up some time at times, but obviously our cruising speed wasn't as fast as theirs, and I think they maintained on the flats a little bit better than us.
We didn't have any mishaps. The conditions were good. I think our major downfall was that the river dropped by about a foot or 2, and it just gave them that little extra time to catch us, which we didn't need.
So at the end of almost 3.5 hours of paddling, just 1 second separates the first 2 pairs. Herefeld and Monteith almost 2 minutes faster than any other pair on the second day.